For the prisoner squat, you're just putting your arms behind your head, so your hands are at the back of your neck, your elbows out to the side. This will keep your back straight. Then squat down as low as you can with your feet about shoulder width or slightly wider apart and toes pointed out slightly as well, keeping the back straight. And that doesn't mean that you can't bend forward, it just means your back should be straight. There shouldn't be a major curve forward. Again, squatting down as low as you can comfortably. Here I'm going as low as possible, almost right to the floor, but that will depend on your own mobility. For the step-ups here, I'm using a bench, but feel free to use a chair that's sturdy or even a staircase and making sure the height is the same. All you're doing is stepping up and then stepping down. You'll notice that I always step up with the right foot and then step down with the right foot. And that's perfectly fine. You can use your left if you want to. It makes no difference here. So you're just rapidly stepping up and then stepping down. One step up and one step down counts as a single rep. Wall push-ups are the easiest version possible, so if you're at all able to do anything harder than this, then I do encourage it. However, if you can't do another version of the push-ups, then this is where you're going to start. Position your feet slightly away from a wall and position your hands at around your shoulder height, and then just lean forward, basically touching your nose to the wall and then pushing back, keeping your torso flat throughout the whole movement. Again, if you can do a harder version, please do so. Bench push-ups are the next most difficult version, and you're basically just setting yourself up so when you do a push-up against a bench, you lower yourself down and just touch your chest to the edge of the bench. Hands are about shoulder width or slightly wider apart, keeping your torso flat throughout the whole thing, and you'll notice I'm also on my toes to pivot easily. Here we have full push-ups, just the normal variation on push-ups. And again, all you want to do is put your hands out slightly wider than shoulder width, keeping your torso flat so you don't let your back sink down or arch up, all the way down to the floor and then all the way to full elbow extension. Here we have the burpees, and what you're doing with this exercise is basically starting from a standing position, dropping down to your hands, kicking your feet back, kicking them forward, and then jumping up again. This exercise should be done quickly, and in the beginning here I'm showing you the slow version, and then as you improve you want to speed this up and do it as quickly as possible. For bench dips, I'm going to show you the easy version first. This exercise just has you with your knees bent, your back close to the bench, lowering yourself down as far as possible, and then extending up and locking your elbows out. For the more difficult version, you go out on your heels, extending your legs, and then doing the same movement. Again, try and keep your back as close to the bench as possible, going as far down as you can, and then fully extending and locking out your elbows at the top. For this version of the get-ups, you're actually not using a weight. You're just going to hold your arms straight above. The idea is you want to go from a laying position to a standing position while keeping your arm directly above you as fast as possible. Now it's an awkward movement, so you're not going to be able to do it really rapidly, but try and do it as quick as possible while keeping good form.